In this video, we will see how we can do a differential diagnosis using multimodal generative AI. When I say multimodal, what I mean is apart from text, we will also give it an image, an audio file, or a video file for doing a differential diagnosis. So for those of you who have seen my introductory video, there were 6 use cases for applications in healthcare, starting from classification, personalization, summarization, all of which are available already in this playlist. In this instance, we are going to look at image analysis, which is an image and a text, and see how we can use it for generating a differential diagnosis in a case. In later videos, we will see how we can access specialized medical databases and also information extraction. So to use this application, what you will need is access to the ChatGPT platform, OpenAI platform. You will need a Google account or a Microsoft or Apple account and a small payment for OpenAI API use. So the scenario is that you are an assistant to a medical geneticist and your boss has asked you to work up a case, provide a differential diagnosis, and suggest further investigations. Can you use AI to help you? So what you need to do is to go to platform.openai.com, log in with a Google, Microsoft, or an Apple account. I'm doing so here using my Google account. And once you do that, you will get access to the platform. So this is the OpenAI developer platform. And you can divide up your various projects, divide up your work into various projects. And I'm going to use an assistant to help me to do this. So the first thing I need to do is to create a new assistant. I'm going to call this assistant the medical geneticist assistant. Okay. And then I'm going to give it some system instructions. So the system instructions are as follows. You are an assistant to a medical geneticist and have been trained to elicit medical history, including family history and pedigree analysis. You can also examine the patient and record the signs and symptoms, including image analysis of photographs, X-rays, MRI, and CT images. You can also interpret lab and genetic test results. Your task is to collect this information about a patient and provide a differential diagnosis and suggest further investigations to the medical geneticist, who will take further decisions. We also tell it to not make up any medical information and be as accurate and specific as possible. And if you're unable to arrive at a diagnosis, to ask for further information. This is very important. Our plan is to provide to the model an image and a text prompt. So this is the image that we are going to provide to the large language model. And then we are going to give it a text prompt to give us the differential diagnosis on the basis of this. So first we are going to enter the system instructions, which I have already described. And then we are going to set the temperature to 0. What setting the temperature to 0 means is that you are asking it to reduce the randomness in the answer. Having done that, then we are going to upload the image that we have already got in our files in there, the same image, and then give it a text prompt of please provide the differential diagnosis, further investigations for this case. So that's the text prompt that we enter and ask the model. Please note we are using the model GPT-4o, which is a very good model in terms of medical information. So you can see that it is giving you a fairly good answer. And in the answer, it has suggested that it requires more information to arrive at the diagnosis. The model is suspecting a skeletal dysplasia and is asking for medical history, family history, physical examination, lab results, and any developmental and functional assessments that can be done. So we can provide it some further symptoms and signs. In this case, we mentioned the age of onset of symptoms was 2 years. There was no family history of similar abnormalities, no consanguinity, and the patient has kyphosis, scoliosis, and pectus. Also has hypermobile joints, there is corneal clouding, and there is no treatment ongoing with enzyme replacement therapy. So we can now insert these symptoms into the prompt. So that's what I've done here, inserted these further symptoms and signs as asked by the model. I think it's similar to the way we would work up a case. We just can't, unless we have all the information, we cannot really make up any differential diagnosis. So with this minimal information, you can see that the model has now come out with a fairly good response in terms of what it expects the condition is. It expects, based on the signs and symptoms, that this is most likely to be MORCHO-A, which is mucopolysaccharidosis type 4. And then it is suggesting further investigations to confirm the test, including enzyme analysis, genetic testing, and also supporting ophthalmic, radiologic, and cardiac evaluations for further management of the case. So you can see that based on fairly minimal information of just an image and some clinical signs and symptoms which are easily elicitable, and giving this information to the large language model, you are getting a fairly good response to it. So we gave it further information about urinary gag estimations and said this was positive. So that gave it additional data to point to MORCHO-A. So to summarize, given the correct prompt, GPT-4a is quite accurate at generating differential diagnosis. It asks for additional information when needed. And in this case, it accurately provided a diagnosis of MORCHO-A and suggested further investigations and follow-up choices. This is just the start of the use of artificial intelligence in healthcare, and a lot more work needs to be done in terms of figuring out how useful it will be. So I suggest that you can also try a similar case using the instructions given in the video and see how it works out for you. I expect that as the models improve, we will get even better responses. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please do leave any comments or email me if you have any other suggestions to make. Thank you.